Born on the 4th of July, 1989. 15 weird facts you didn't know. You know what surprised me the most about this movie? It wasn't the war scenes. It wasn't even Tom Cruise's performance. It was discovering how many unbelievable stories happened behind the camera that somehow ended up being just as powerful as the film itself. When most people think about Born on the 4th of July, they remember an emotional anti-war movie that earned Oscar nominations and changed the way many people looked at Tom Cruise. But the deeper I dug into its history, the stranger everything became. Some of these facts honestly sound too unbelievable to be true, yet every one of them actually happened. Let's start with something that almost feels like fate. 15. The movie couldn't escape real wars. Sometimes reality has an awful sense of timing. Born on the 4th of July finally reached theaters in December of 1989. After years of delays, rewrites, canceled productions, and endless waiting, Oliver Stone had finally finished the film. But on the exact day audiences were preparing to see this heartbreaking story about the damage war leaves behind, the United States invaded Panama. Think about that for a second. An anti-war film was opening while America had already entered another military conflict. If that wasn't strange enough, history repeated itself. CBS planned to air the movie on television in early 1991. Then the Gulf War began. The network quietly pulled the film from its schedule. Only after that conflict settled did it finally appear on television in January 1992. I couldn't help noticing the irony. A movie warning America about the human cost of war couldn't even find a peaceful moment to be shown. 14. Tom Cruise was acting beside his own cousin. Here's one I definitely didn't expect. If you look closely during the Vietnam scenes, one of Ron Kovic's fellow Marines is actually played by Tom Cruise's real-life cousin. His name is William Mapother. Back then almost nobody knew him. Years later, audiences would recognize him from movies like In the Bedroom, and especially from the television series Lost, where he played the mysterious Ethan. There's another interesting detail hiding here. Tom Cruise wasn't actually born with Cruise as his family name. His full birth name was Thomas Cruise Mapother IV. He chose to use his middle name professionally. So while the famous Mapother's surname never appeared above the movie title, it still ended up in the credits through his cousin. Little details like that always make Hollywood feel smaller than we imagine. 13. Almost every location was fake. Watching this movie, you'd swear it traveled all over America. Long Island, the Bronx, Miami, Vietnam, Mexico. The truth, almost none of those places are real. The childhood scenes that were supposed to represent suburban New York were actually filmed in Dallas. The Veterans Hospital? Also Dallas. The Republican National Convention? Again, Dallas. Even Mexico wasn't Mexico. Those scenes were filmed in the Philippines. And here's the funny part. The Philippines also doubled as Vietnam. Oliver Stone had already used many of those same locations while making Platoon, so instead of searching for new ones, he transformed familiar landscapes into completely different countries. Stone originally hoped to shoot inside Vietnam itself. Politics made that impossible. So he worked with what